Bhagavatam session. So firstly, I would like to congratulate all the Japalites behalf of my leader. Hope my voice is audible. Hare Krishna. Somebody please confirm.
Yes, Mataji, you could go ahead.
Yes, Mataji.
So all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to assembled devotees. So kindly pray for me so that the right word comes from my mouth so that I can do my purification services and I can please all the Vaishnavas present here. So let us start today's Bhagavatam session. Today we are discussing Canto 1, Chapter 15, Shloka 12. So we'll offer our prayers. Prabhu, is it possible to share the screen, Prabhu? Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devam Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayavudhire Ashtaprayeshu Bhatreshu Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatim Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nastike Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So today we are discussing 12th shloka of Canto 1, 15th chapter. So let's recite the shloka. Yattejasat Bhagavan Yudhishulapane Virsmapitaha Sagirijostra Madan Nijamme Anye Pichaham Amunaiva Kalevarena Prapno Mahendra Bhavane Mahadasanartham. So let's say the translation by His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. It was by his influence only that in a fight I was able to astonish the personality of God, Lord Shiva, and his wife, the daughter of Mount Himalaya. Thus he, the Lord Shiva, became pleased with me and awarded me his own weapon. Other demigods also delivered their respective weapons to me, and in addition, I was able to reach the heavenly planet in this present body and was allowed a off-elevated seat. So, Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnanachanashalakaya Chakshurumilitam Hinam Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhishcha Kripa Sindhupya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. He Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So for everyone's benefit, I'll just read Anuvada translation in Kannada also. So ಶ್ಲೋಕ 12. ಅವನ ಪ್ರಭಾವದಿಂದಲೇ ನಾನು ಯುದ್ಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಶಿವನು ಮತ್ತು ಅವನ ಪತ್ನಿಯಾದ ಹೇಮವತ್ ಪುತ್ರಿ ಗಿರಿಜೆಯು ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯಪಡುವಂತೆ ಹೋರಾಡಿದನು. ಪರಶಿವನು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಮೆಚ್ಚಿ ತನ್ನ ಅಸ್ತ್ರವನ್ನ ಅನುಗ್ರಹಿಸಿದನು. ಇತರ ದೇವತೆಗಳು ತಮ್ಮ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಸ್ತ್ರಗಳನ್ನ ನೀಡಿದರು. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ದೇಹದಿಂದಲೇ ಸ್ವರ್ಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ದೇವೇಂದ್ರನೊಂದಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಧ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ನನಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಯಿತು. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. So I seek everyone's blessings and prayers so that I can deliver my best, overcoming all my impurities. And wonderfully, I would like to thank all our leaders, Mataji Prabhu and Rajan Prabhu, for their wonderful guidance and support and opportunity to purify myself today. Hare Krishna. So I'm not reading the purport because it's very big. I just say the essence, whatever I heard from the senior Vaishnavas. So here, as we know, what is happening in this chapter? The chapter itself is like Pandavara Sakalika Nivritti, like they are taking a retirement of this material world. So just a minute. Okay, so whatever the shlokas we are discussing here, we are reading from this chapters, mainly will understand that the mood of the Pandavas. So the mood of the Pandavas here is explained is they are very much detached and they are very much, upset with something. So that is what we are discussing. That's we'll see what is the reason for their upset or the sorrow, morose. So uh, here we can see Pandavas are very sad, depressed because there is some detachment or separation. So let us understand what is that separation or detachment. So now we can see here in previous slokas also we heard that Yudhishthira's conversation with the Bhima, correct? So now Yudhishthira is talking to who? Arjuna, because he has come back from Dwaraka after several years. So why they are so much separation with Krishna? Because Krishna is not seen anywhere. Krishna, they don't have any information about Krishna, isn't it? So we often feel that why we don't have that separation or that kind of detachment towards the Lord, right? So we are also practicing bhakti. We are trying to be a devotee and we are doing a lot of services, but still, somewhere, like how Pandavas are feeling detachment with Lord, separation with Lord, we are not feeling it, right? So here it's beautifully explained by Srila Prabhupada. And the essence of the Bhagavatam is that to get a feeling of detachment, we should develop a love, right? So we should develop a love. If there is no love, then the feeling of detachment will not be there unless there is a love. So that's the reason all our seniors are keep on telling, come to service, because when we keep on serving, so service is one of the best way to develop a love. If we keep on serve the Lord, that help us to or Krishna help us to get a love and affection towards him. So that's a reason, we can't experience any separation from the Lord. So now just I'll give you one material example to understand that how this detachment works. Okay. Imagine there is a one person who works very hard to gain money. So at last he got some amount of money and he deposited here and there. And somewhere he heard that one of the bank gives the best interest rate and returns rate. Then he collected the money wherever he invested all the little money and he gathered as a lump sum and he deposited in the bank. And other than that, you don't have any other source or income. Then after some time he expected, he has a lot of expectations and he thinks that, he'll get money after some time. He'll get very good returns. Then after some time he heard that, the bank become bankrupt. It is completely lost. Then what would be the feeling of that person? Because how he take care of it's not out of a lot of durasa. It is like just to maintain his all the livelihood and his responsibilities. Now everything is gone at a minute. So how do he feel? Because he don't have a single rupees to take care of his house. So then, all his life of a whole earning is invested over there. And now his entire thing is gone. So what happens to that person? What would be the condition? That is the condition of Pandavas is explained. I know this is very, very subtle example, very gross example, but where we can understand because you're also connected to all the money, hard work. So in that way, so that is a condition of, Pandavas because they have invested everything on Krishna. Whatever they do, just to please Krishna. They always keep Dharma, Krishna in the center and they'll discuss. They act. Okay. So that is the situation. So let us understand the mood here so that we can understand the further conversation or the detail of this. And our problem, what is our problem? So our problem, why we not have not much detachment towards Krishna? Because Our problem is that we won't invest at a very high level here and there. So what's the difference does it makes? What difference does it makes in the sense, if we, I mean, in the sense, we think that we take these spiritual practices very casually. It's okay if I don't chant in the morning, or if somebody don't chant, it's fine, or if I don't go to service, it's fine. What happens today, at least this week, at least today, it's fine. Tomorrow I'll do it. So this is what I mean, especially my status. So I don't want to address everybody. So that's the reason we are in this, mode of sorrows and a lot of troubles and all. And also we won't feel any kind of separation from the Lord, because ultimately we have to develop a lot of love, that is pure love towards Krishna. So so that's how, we have to invest on Krishna. We have to think about Krishna. We have to serve to Krishna. So that makes us to develop love. So here we can understand Pandavas invest lot and lot everything on Krishna. So that's how the Krishna reciprocates when we invest. So Pandavas have invested lot of their time, activities, efforts on Krishna. Then the Krishna reciprocates. Even to us, Krishna reciprocates if we invest our time, our efforts on him. So he will reciprocate with giving us a lot of emotions and feelings so that we can start loving Krishna. So when we invest in Krishna, then we will experience the way all the exalted devotees, which is explained or experienced in this Bhagavatam, because we are reading Kunti Sthiti, Bhishma Sthiti, Pandavas, right? So we also can experience. So next, we'll move to the important part of this Bhagavatam. Yeah, so here, 6 months after, when Arjuna returned from Dwarka, what happens in the previous shlokas and all. So Arjuna is asking, what happened? Yudhishthira is asking, Arjuna, what happened? Why are you sad? What happened? Did you lost anything? Or what is the situation over there? Then Arjuna is unable to speak, or because that Yudhishthira is already known, because when Draupadi, once Krishna comes from the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the first thing what Draupadi did, she cursed him, isn't it? And Krishna is very happily accepted that curse. So that no more Yaduvamsha will be there in this word, right? So everybody has a clue. Even Narada Muni also said the same thing. So, but here, Yudhishthira is not able to express that. Sometimes it happens, right? Even, the boss, something, the employee knows that, boss is going to chastise him or fire him, but still is not going to express that. He is waiting until it has to come from the boss itself, because that's very painful, right? So similar way, here also Yudhishthira is not able to expresses the reality, whatever he knows, but he's giving a different reasons. He's explaining, he's asking something happened, what happened, all the women is asking all those things, because ultimately it is difficult to bear the loss of the Supreme Personality on this material world, because they are going to miss their company. So now here, very important, what we can understand is the mood of Arjuna, because Arjuna is talking all these things. Arjuna have lot of acknowledgement and gratitude feeling towards Krishna. So many times we also feel like, something happened in our life. We take all our gratitude, right? So all our gratitude we take and we say, this has happened because of my hard work. But here, even all the Pandavas are very powerful, but still Arjuna is giving all the credits to Krishna. Why? Because his mercy is so much upon them that they can get success in each and every act, whatever they have performed. Even, the expert guidance, what they get from Krishna. So he's recalling that, he's acknowledging that, and he is expressing different. He's recalling each and every incident, what happened when they were in forest, what happened at the time of marrying Draupadi Swayamvara. So let us understand one by one. So, yeah. So here, something happens in our life also. Sometimes it's a good, sometimes it's a bad. So how the devotees has to take, if something happened good, the devotees should say, this is all because of the mercy of the Lord. If something happened bad, devotees, real pure devotees will think that, yes, this has happened bad because that could be very vast disaster in my life. But because of Krishna's mercy, because of Krishna, the big tragedy become a small incident, right? So one of the pastimes, what we heard from Srila Prabhupada, once Srila Prabhupada was cutting vegetables in the kitchen, and slightly his finger got hurt. Then all devotees were like disciples of him came and rushed, and they wanted to treat his finger. Then Prabhupada asked one of the disciples asked Prabhupada, what is this? You're so much connected to Krishna. You do a lot of service, but still, how can it possible? Why did you get hurt? Then Prabhupada said, see, think in this way. Think in, Krishna, that might be very severe wound or, fracture, I would have get it. But because of the Krishna mercy, I end up with just, hurting my finger a bit. So in the sense, whatever is happening, whether it's a good or bad, a devotees always think it in positive way and they accept that as a mercy. Okay. So here, next, another point what we are discussing is Arjuna is recalling whatever the relationship or, the discussion what they had with Krishna. So here, in the beginning, as I mentioned, Arjuna is acknowledging. Arjuna is very grateful that whatever they did, all these things because of Krishna. So in that, he recalls one of the pastime about Draupadi's Swayamvar, as I mentioned. So here, what happens? Just we'll recall what happens. He's recalling that during the Draupadi's Swayamvar, Draupadi was getting married. Then at the time there are so many kings were present over there and they were ready to take up the examination, right? So then it was a Karna's turn. Karna is also equal to Arjuna. He was also very grateful. I mean, everybody knows, even including Krishna, along with Arjuna, they were present there, and everybody knows that when Karna stood up, then it's understood that he's ready to win her. But Krishna immediately looked at Draupadi and he just did some, gesture. He just gestured her that say no, bilkul, 100% say no. Then immediately Draupadi stood up and said that, this is her own groom and she has a right to choose her groom. So immediately she said, I don't want Karna to get a chance to come in the front because he's not from a Kshatriya family, right? So then Arjuna was also there, and Arjuna get a next chance and come front, and that's how he win the Draupadi. So Draupadi is one of the blessed, wife for the Pandavas, right? That's how they got Draupadi. That is because of the Krishna's mercy. And another one, pastimes, we all heard that in Kandav, then the Kandav, what happened? He was himself, Indra was himself protecting Maya Dhanav there. Then Agnideva wanted that he had done a lot of yagna. Because of that, Indra's yagna, he has drank a lot of ghee, right? And what happened? So he was totally upset, ill. Then Arjuna enters there and he burns the entire Kandavana forest and he make that, Kandav to be completely relaxed. So that is all happens because of Krishna. So he remembers that everything is because of Krishna. And next one is the Jarasandha, the pastimes of Jarasandha, like how he made Bhima to kill Jarasandha. So all the credit he gave it to Bhima because Krishna was giving him wonderful supports and guidance so that he can overcome. See, here in this all, whatever he remembers, so he is putting Krishna as a hero. because of Krishna, because of Krishna's mercy. Otherwise, we are incomplete, we are nothing. So here he is highlighting the Krishna's guidance and support and acknowledging his presence of each and everything. And once what happened, it was said that, they have to go for 13 years, 12 years of Vanavas and 1 year of Ajnatavas. Then, Duryodhana was not happy. Duryodhana want to, because he's filled with lot of demonic characters and lot of envious towards Pandavas. He said he's not going to spare them because he's not going to wait until they come back 13 years. And we are sure that, once the Pandavas come back after 13 years also, he's not willing to give the kingdom. That's for sure. That's everybody knows. Even Pandavas themselves knows, right? But what happens one day, somehow he wanted to kill them. He don't want to wait until that 13 years get over. Then Duryodhana thought he'll do something so that he go to the forest and he kill. Then Karna supported, Shakuni supported. Yes, that's right. Chalo, we will support you. We'll do that. Then on the way he met Vyasadev. Then Vyasadev is their grandfather, right? So they were like, oh my God, and they gave obeisances to Vyasadev. And Vyasadev says, what are you doing? This is not fair. I know what is your thinking. All you think all this nonsense. And see, it is already said they have taken, that Vanavasa and Ajnatavasa, you have to wait until they come back. You cannot deny it because it is said by one of his family members, right? Great grandfather. So he cannot, reject his words. So then in that way, he accepted that and he felt very bad. Yo, what happened? Whatever I tried to do something to this Pandava, one and the other person comes and, save them. And after some time, he turns aside and you see there was a Durvasa Muni, and along with Durvasa Muni, there are a lot of his disciples were coming. Then he said, yeah, I am also not unfortunate. I'm also very fortunate. I tried to kill or trouble Pandava. Someone will come and protect us. Other way, there are some people who can come and support us so that I can keep on trying one and the other trick on them so that I can literally defeat them very fast. Then he saw Durvasa Muni and he went and give obeisances. He offered his obeisances and he said, Durvasa Muni says, Duryodhana, I'm very pleased with you. You tell me what you want. Then Duryodhana says, actually, Gurudev, I don't want anything. You know what? My brothers are there in the jungle. So kindly help them. Kindly show your mercy to them. So they are there and they are waiting for your presence. Then, and he also gave a hint, this is a time of around afternoon. And he knows that, by this time they might have finished their prasadam and all, right? Devotees will eat only particular time, little, right? So somehow he wanted to say, as if he should go and ask them for a prasadam, right? So then that's how he provokes Durvasa Muni towards the Pandavas' place. Then later, what happens, that pastimes like Durvasa Muni goes and demands for the prasadam, and this Pandavas were worried that they don't have anything left. Then how the Pandavas, Durvasa Muni and all his disciples at the taking bath, they get satisfied because Draupadi will give one small grain to Krishna. So when we satisfy Krishna, then everybody will satisfy. This is what we can understand here. So after this incident, Vyasadev, after meeting this Duryodhana, he started walking towards the jungle so that he wanted to meet Pandavas, right? So let us understand. This is a scenario which is explained in this shloka. So when he reached to the place where Pandavas are residing, then he, at the time when Vasudev reached to that place, what is the situation over there? All the Pandavas, including Draupadi, they were sitting together. They were sitting together and they were discussing. This is what happens with all the pure devotees. Even they said, they discuss, they express their own ideas, but still, after discussing, after different kinds of arguments, they'll again, with unity, they stay together. That discussion, definitely it's a healthy discussion. So they are also having a healthy discussion over there. they were like, why since we are so pious, and why this is what happening for us. Where is the dharma and all? Then Yudhishthira says, don't talk about dharma. Please don't bring dharma in the center for each and everything. See, this all happened because of our karmic effect, because of the time. So we need to tolerate this, and I am not going to return until I complete all the whatever the elders have decided. After 13 years only, I'm going to decide. But Bhima is like, no, since we are so powerful and we have a lot of energy with us and a lot of blessings, we all are born out of the devatas, then that is not going to work. Now we have to find a solution. 13 years is very long. It's not going to work with me. Then totally Yudhishthira disagrees. And in between, Vasudev enters. So when the sorry, Hare Krishna. Okay. So that time, what happens is, he met Yudhishthira first. Then he calls Yudhishthira aside. Yudhishthira, I heard all your conversation. I agree with your point that you are not going to return after 13 years. That's how you have to keep the word of all the elders. But you know what? Who are in the part of Kaurava's side? All the Maharathis, Maharathis are there, be it from Bhishma, Drona, Karna, So there are so many powerful kings and army people are there, but you are only 5. Think that, you have to work hard. These 13 years would be the precious time for you so that you can take up lot of tapas and and you have to get ready for the war field. I know that you should have a very great war, because I know Duryodhana is not going to return even after you come back from the 13 years. So that much, he has an angry towards you, he has an envious towards you. Then he calls Yudhishthira alone, and he says that I will chant one mantra. To you slowly tell to Arjuna. So he gives Pratismriti mantra. So what is the beauty of this Pratismriti mantra? This Pratismriti mantra is a mantra where if a person chant anytime within a fraction of a second with the speed of mind, he can reach to that place. So you tell this to Arjuna so that with this mantra, he can reach and he can go to Himalaya and he can do tapas. He can satisfy all the devatas and he can get all the divyastras. That is going to help us once you come back after 13 years. And you're sure that he's not going to give you a piece of land and you have to fight for that. Then Yudhishthira immediately, he will not tell to Arjuna, because he knows that he's always standing a toast to serve his brother. So he's very much serving mode. Then he pacifies, after 1 year, 2 years, it's like he get a right time. Yeah, this is the right time. So let's talk about this, whatever the Vasudeva has said to him. Then Yudhishthira, one day he calls near the bank of river and he says that, see, this is the mantra, Pratismriti mantra. He gives that mantra to him, and this is the time you have to go to Himalaya and do tapas on Shivaji or all the devatas. Then you get all the divyastras which is necessary. Then he went to Himalaya. He sat in the Mandhara Parvat to meditate with all his Gandiva and all the other essential arms. Okay, all the tools, that generally the Kshatriyas keeps, right? So then immediately, he heard one voice that stop. Then what is this? I have come to meditate here and this is the best place to meditate. And what is the sound called? Stop. Then he says, what is this? Who are you and all? Then that voice comes in the form of Indra and he says, I know you are not an ordinary person. The ordinary person cannot come to this level, but you have come, then you are a one exalted devotee might be. Then tell me what you want, and you're coming here to do tapas. Then this is not the way to tapas. See, one side you have kept all the arms, Gandiva and all. No, keep everything aside. Then you do meditation. Then you do tapas. He said, no, I am not come here for meditation or do some tapas or liberation. I have come here to satisfy or serve my brother. My brother has said here, go meditate and get all the Divyastras. So then he was very pleased because he's so much serving more to his brother. And he said, okay, fine, I'm really pleased with you. Let's go back to Swarga. He said, no, I'm not going to come and enjoy to your Indrapuri. I don't want it because I have come here to keep my brother's word. And then again he pleased, okay, fine. But see, we can also give you. But the thing is, the very best powerful weapon is it with Shiva. So kindly meditate on Shiva. Then he will please you. And by your prayers and tapas, he'll please and he'll definitely helps you with this. Then Arjuna felt very happy. Then he started doing tapas. It was explained in Bhagavatam that his tapas was so strong, like, Dhruva Maharaj. 1 month, 1 year, he didn't have anything, start with fruit, then end with roots, then finally with an air. Lot of determined tapas he took an austerity. And, when he was doing meditation, Shiva also pleased and he come with the form of Shikari as a hunter along with the Parvati. That's the reason in the shloka it is written Sagirijo, because he has come along with the Girija, his consort Parvati and all the Shivaganas. And he come with the form of Shikari. And at the time, Arjuna quickly opened his eyes. He felt like some other weapon, somebody is going to trouble him, kill him and all. Then both the time, actually there was another person who is targeting Arjuna, and Shiva, the Shikari, Shiva is in the form of a attire of Shikari, and Arjuna, even both started, hitting that arrow and try to protect. Even Shikari also wanted to protect Arjuna. Arjuna also wanted to protect himself. Then suddenly that person has vanished. Then after that, there is a fight between Shiva and Arjuna started. That's how the fight started. And the fight was, it was very, it is very descriptively explained in Bhagavatam, in Mahabharata, but we don't have a time. It's already, I'm running with the time. I'll just wind up in saying in 2-3 sentences. So Shiva also pleased with his powerful weapons and all the astras and shastras, his focus, everything. Because what happened at the finally, when he put all the astras he's taking from the back, everything is getting over. He thought, what is this person, this Shikari? He does not look like an ordinary person. Then finally wanted to use his Gandiva. When he threw his Gandiva to Shiva, towards Shiva, it was vanished within the Shiva's body. He was surprised. What is this? And he took one talwar and he was keep on, but nothing is going to work. Then immediately he remembered Shiva, and he made one Shiva's idol, deity, Shivalinga, the Pratisthana he did, and he offered flower. As soon as he offered flower, it went to the head of that Shikari. Then he understood that this Shikari is not a normal person, he's Shiva himself, and he gives obeisances to Shiva. Then Shiva was pleased along with the Parvati and all the Shivaganas, and he blessed the Pashupatastra. He gives 2 bones, which is very important, and he also tells, Arjuna, I know you are not an ordinary person. Even in a previous, you are in your previous Janma, you are not an ordinary person. You are a very great Rishi. It is in, you are called as a Narayana Rishi. And there you were completely engage your life into the service of the Lord Krishna. That is the reason now also in the form of Arjuna, you are serving Krishna. He revealed his past life, and also he gave 2 bones, that is Pashupatastra, which is explained in this Anuvada. So in the translation, it is mentioned that he has given the Astra of Shiva himself. So that Pashupatastra beauty is like, because he thought that Arjuna was fighting equal to the Shiva's power and level. So then he gave, this is my own weapon, when you fight with this, it is equally that you're fighting like me. And he gave a caution also, do not use this Pashupatastra with any human being. It has to be used for only a devotee. It is meant for only for a devata. Do not use it for the ordinary person. And the second one, what he has given is, he given a Divya Astra, Divya Chakshu. So in any form, if I would be, in many, like now I am in Shikari. So any form, if I would come, you can able to identify my real virginal form. So that is a Divya Chakshu he got it. So these 2 bones, along with, he reveals the past life of Arjuna. And after that, all the devatas are started coming and bestowing their wishes and prayers. and all the Yama, Varuna, Kubera, Indra, everybody appeared, all the demigods appeared. And here it is mentioned in the Anuvada, in the translation, that all the other demigods also have given their astras. What is that? Varuna has given Nadapash, and Yama has given his Gada, and Kubera has given Antardhan. It is also mentioned in this translation. So in the sense, any mysterious power, if anybody comes in, any Mayavadis, he can able to find out with that Antardhan. Then Indra has given the Rath. So, and also that Rath is within a mindful time. He can travel to Amaravati. He traveled Amaravati over there, and he was also treated with a great opulence of Indra over there. That is why it is also mentioned that Ardhasthana in the Karpat. With this, I would like to end up. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Sorry, I have exceeded the time. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhya vachna patitana bhavebhyo vaishnavebhyo. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhadra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji. If you have the time,